Hi, I'm Connor McGoy from Inside Up Games. I wanted to thank you very much for backing Calypso right now, but I also wanted to jump in quickly and talk about Danger. Danger we've added to the campaign, mainly because I'm so excited about it. This was pitched to us very recently, and I'm very excited to be adding it to the Inside Up Games line of games. And it is a somewhat simple card game. We're going to play quickly with my friends Dave and Carter here. But what makes it so amazing is that it plays 2 to 5 players, and it works wonderfully at all player counts. It is based around a trick-taking card game, so the idea of everyone plays one card to a trick, the highest card wins. What's very interesting with this deck of cards is that there are no suits. The cards are simply broken up by their tens, if you will, so 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s. Now I've already set aside the 50s, which is used in a 5-player game, and then the cards ending in 7, 8, 9 in every 10s for the 10 through 40s. The reason why those matter and what makes the game interesting is you will only be scoring the lowest card that you collect from each group of 10s. And the card's value is the unity, or the single digit, if you will. So a 10 ending in a 0 would score you 0 points, where a 15 ending in a 5 will score you 5 points. Now a 25 also scores you 5 points. A 35 scores you 5 points. So the tagline to the game, which I think is genius and makes lots of sense, is that it's easy to make points in the game, but it's very hard to hold on to them. So that's just a very quick overview of the game. What ends up happening is, as we're playing cards, we're collecting them and placing them in front of us. And as mentioned, you only score the lowest in each of the 10s. Now, the second wrinkle to the game is that if you ever have a sequence of cards, so 2 or more cards in a row sequentially, those wipe out and are no longer eligible for scoring. So what ends up happening is every single card you play in this game will matter as you look around the table and watch what your opponents have and what they're trying to do. Now, I did say opponents, but I will let you know that in the 4-player mode, there is a teams game you can play as well, which I absolutely love. And I do genuinely mean I love every player count of this game. 2, 3, 4, 4 on your own, or 4 as teams, and the 5-player mode. Everyone we've lent it to has loved it as well, and it's actually taken us a while to get the copy back in the office because everyone keeps borrowing it. So that's why there's a delay in getting this video up. But very simply, we are playing with cards, again, 10 through 49, except the 7s, 8s, and 9s in each of those 10s have been removed. I'm going to deal out 9 cards to each player, and there will be a couple cards left over, so we do not have... Oh, look at these cards here. See, that's why Carter's here. I need all the cards in the deck to do this properly. So, cards will be dealt aside. We will not have all cards in the game, so it is not perfect information, and it will break up those sequences I talked about earlier. We're just going to play one hand really quickly so you'll see. But yes, I'm dealing 9 cards to all players. And we'll be doing 2 drafts of 3. I dealt too many. There we go. That should be 9 for everybody. I can't talk, do a video, and do a game at the same time. Everyone make sure you actually have 9 cards. We don't. We have 8. Perfect. So I was actually able to do it properly. And in a 3-player game, only 1 card is set aside without us knowing what that card is. Personally, I organize my hand. I know some opponents who don't organize their hand. Now, what's interesting, again, is we want to look at the darker number here. That is the number that's going to be scoring you those victory points at the end of the game. And also keeping what I recommend is some low-value cards as well as some high-value cards, and some cards that incentivize players to try to steal points. So I'll quickly look at my hand. I'll steal some cards here. And then of those 3, we're going to pass the remaining 6 to our left. We are going to get those cards from our neighbor, looking at those 6 cards, picking 3 more, and then the last 3 are a force. So I'm going to pick 3, and the last 3 I'm going to give to my opponent over there. Let me see. I'm going to take this guy here, and maybe this guy here, passing these 3 last cards to David across the table from me. Once that's done, the game is going to start. Now, there's a way to start the game, maybe whoever was least last in danger or something, I'm not even sure. From then on, there's only actually 3 rounds of the game, and it's always the player with the highest score that would lead the next round. In this case, I will lead, because leading is not great, and I will be nice to my friends who are helping me here.
Thank you.
And here we go. So, again, the highest card is going to win the trick, and you're only going to score the lowest in each of the 10s. So let's see if I can get anyone interested in 6 points. Now, my 26 is mid-range. Could be worth 6 points. Could be worth nothing. We'll find out. So David jumps right in, trying to steal a bunch of points. Obviously, his 46 is higher than my 26, so he has 12 points on the table. Carter, the wild card, spending time thinking about it, throws in a 25. Now, the reason that matters, as I mentioned before, he's created a sequence of cards here. So 25, 26. Those are going to negate, and Dave will not be able to score those points. Dave collects the cards, and there ends up being an area in front of each player. At the very top, you have your lowest value card, which is scoring. Then you have cards that are eligible, but higher than that lowest card, so they can't score yet. And then you have an area of out of play, just as David's done there. Now, because he won the trick, he'll be leading the next trick.
Oh, powerful lead, Dave.
32. So right now there's only 5 points on the table. I'm going to throw a 20 in there just to try to set up Carter, because it's going to be a lot harder for him to make any points in the 20s because the lowest value, the 20, is going to be the lowest one, always scoring. Now, Carter's quite clever, so if later he's to play the 21 and win with that card, his 21 and 20 line up, they sequence, they come out. So again, there is a ton of strategy in this game for how simple it is, but it's not overly complicated. So I've played with everyone from my kids to my grandparents, and it's all gone very well. I'm going to jump in with a good old-fashioned 44, and we'll see what happens there. What's interesting is, again, there's 6 points on the table. If Dave's going to win this, the only card that's going to beat it is the 45. But by doing that, he's now lined up the 44, 45, 46, and he's wiped out his own points. So you can actually set players up, but he stuck me with something else instead. So, although I've won the trick, he's destroyed the value of my 44 by making sure the 40 is scoring instead. So again, I'm only scoring 2 points after that trick, and I have the lead. I'm going to give away the 12, which Carter may or may not want, depending if he wants to wipe that 13, those 3 points from his 13. Ooh, Dave's back into play. Carter looking for maximum damage here. Steals the points instead. Nets himself the 5 points. The 35 is not scoring because it's not as lower than 32. And then my 12 wiped away his 13. So again, the catch line of easy to make points, hard to hold on to them. 10, nobody likes, because that's wiping things away. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 41, hoping that Dave doesn't want to play, or does want to play the 45 and trick. Nope, he's messing me up yet again. I told you they love me. So my 40 and 41 line up.
Dave.
They come down. My 40 is now scoring. Unfortunately, Dave has so far poisoned my 30s, and Carter's poisoned my 10s. So I did get 4 points on there, but those zeros are not going to be fun to get rid of. So let's see what else we can do around the board. Carter's going to want that card. He's not going to want that card. Dave's going to want both of those cards, so I'll throw this one out. Now, one thing I forgot to say during my super quick teach at the start is the 9th card of your hand is not played. So 1 card every hand is not played, and that gives you a little bit more control over what you are or aren't playing. Go ahead, Dave. Interesting. So he's thrown a 21 in there, which both Carter and I kind of want in a way. Carter likes it because it's going to wipe the 20 out of the way, meaning other 20s could potentially score for him. The 34 Carter doesn't really want because it's going to mess with his 35. Dave is an interesting choice here too, where if, no, he can't win it. Never mind, my 34 would. Okay, so they both thrown cards down. The 21 comes, lines up the 22, and those wipe. The 15 is not going to score because the 10's there, and the 34 is not going to score because the 30's there. So again, I actually had a card wipe out, but nothing else is happening. Let's see if I'm not going to win with that one. Neither of them want this one, so let's see what happens. They can only kick me so many times.
That's what you think.
Oh no. Oh no. Ooh, lots of thought by Dave.
Ooh, spicy. Yeah, okay, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the 14 and 15 still don't score. 23 does, which I don't mind.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. He got me again. 23 falls down to the 22. I am getting decimated on camera in front of everybody. And the 42 now beats up my 44. So I've only gotten...
It actually doesn't count.
Oh, my 42 doesn't count either. Thank you, David. See, I can't pay attention to what I'm doing and teaching on camera. I don't know how content creators do this, but I am not good enough. Ooh, Carter wants this one, so I'm not going to give it to him. I'll give him this one instead, and we'll see what happens.
You should give it to me.
Again, last card's not going to be played.
Oh, Shabuya. This is beautiful for me.
Oh, I'm so happy for Carter. I'm not. That's sarcasm.
Because my 16 will score. My 11 joins my sequence. The 31 actually sequences with my 32, leaving me scoring an extra 5 and a 6.
We're really happy for Carter's successes there. We're not.
I did it on purpose.
But very simply, at the end of the game, although I've taken so many tricks, I've only net 4 points because the rest of them aren't going to score. Dave's made 6 on that first one over here, and Carter's made a whopping 16. So again, you would write down those scores. There's only 3 rounds of play. Highest score at the end of 3 rounds wins the game. That's Danger. Again, I hope you can tell I enjoy it even when I get beat up at the table. Such a good game. Every card matters. The draft matters. The choice, when you're trying to win, when you're trying to mess somebody else up. Highly recommended. I hope you check it out.